I'm Nick Bonner for TreeStuff.com. I'm here with Fritz. We're at Edelrid World Headquarters, and today we're going to talk about two really incredible products that I'm actually a customer of these. These are kids harnesses. They kind of look like toys, but they're not. Tell us about them.
No, they are fully certified climbing harnesses, certified according to the same standards like climbing harness for adults, and they are perfectly safe for kids to climb in, both on the wall, on rock, or in the tree.
Absolutely, and I started my kids on rope swings at age 2, just like swinging them out over this ledge in my backyard. We have videos of that on the TreeStuff channel as well. I started in the Fragle here, which is a full body harness. Can you walk us through some of the features of it?
Of course I can. So the Fragle, as you said, is a full body harness. The only limitation with this kind of harness that we have is the weight of the child using it. So these harnesses are tested up to a body weight of 40 kilograms. So as long as your child fits into the harness and does not exceed a body weight of 40 kilograms, the child is safe to use this kind of harness. So basically the child puts its legs through the leg loops, and we have the shoulder straps, and then it's important to close the plastic buckle here in the front and always tie in through both of the reinforced and highlighted in green color tie-in points. You can either tie in the rope directly through both tie-in points or use a carabiner in the rope.
Great, that was my question, because that's how I always did it, and I wasn't sure if I was supposed to. I always just clip a carabiner in there. I always use a triple action. Sometimes I'll actually use 2 carabiners just because I worry that my kid might play with it or something like that.
Now you're talking about your kids swinging around. There's one really special feature about the Fragle, and actually Edelrid was the first company to introduce this feature to a kid's harness, and that's the back attachment point.
Oh.
So on the Fragle we have a back attachment point also highlighted in this green color. It's also fully rated, so totally safe to use, and especially for kids it's super fun to actually attach the rope to the back attachment point of the harness and make them swing on a tree, or if it's an overhanging rock face where the rope hangs freely, you can attach your child on the back attachment point, and then it's even more fun for the child to swing around because the child can go like Superman.
Yeah, and kids are small. You know, I never attached my son with this because for me as an adult, it's uncomfortable, but kids are a little more Gumby-like.
Yeah, that's also a feature about our kids' harness, both of them, the Finn and the Fragle, that of course, to make the harness comfortable for the kids, we use as much padding as possible, so to avoid the webbing being on the child's body. So padded gear loops, of course, padded shoulder straps, a big back padding to make the harness as comfortable for the child to wear as possible.
Great. When your child is ready to kind of move on from this shoulder harness or full body harness, we have a traditional sit harness like you would see in rock climbing, complete with a reinforced belay loop, adjustable waist, and adjustable leg loops. You also get the gear loops here, which are kind of nice. Let the kid play, or maybe stow an extra carabiner on there. And then also you have the adjustable riser here in the back with the elastic.
Exactly.
I think these are really good choices, and I know, all the tree climbers I know, it's their life, and there's nothing that tree climbers love more, I've found, than getting other people involved in the tree climbing with them. You know, whether you're building a swing in your backyard, taking your son or daughter up into the tree with you for a recreational climb, or teaching them the trade. These are, I think, the best choice available for starting them and helping them build their love of climbing and trees.
That's for sure.
What other considerations when you're designing a kid's item are different than with an adult?
So one thing that we take special care of is that we make entry into the harness as easy as possible. For example, on the Finn, there is one feature that you wouldn't find on an adult's harness, and this is this elastic strap here, this one, that connects the 2 leg loops. So on an adult's harness you won't find it, and this, if you drop the harness, makes the leg loops really go into the right place. So it's super easy for the child to enter the harness, and there's no twisting of leg loops, etc. So this is one thing that we focus on, make putting on the harness and putting off the harness as easy as possible. And then of course, what you already mentioned with a kid's harness, kids grow very fast. It's very important to have an adjustable harness that can grow with the kid. So we have an adjustable hip belt and adjustable leg loops, plus both of these harnesses are offered in 2 sizes. So especially on the Finn, this is the smaller size for, like you said, the transition from Fragle to a first sit harness, but this one also is available in a 1 size bigger so that the child can actually grow with the harness.
Fritz, what's the rated lifespan on these?
That's actually hard to tell. I mean, with all textile PPE products, lifespan always depends on the intensity of use. So there is a few critical points that you should regularly check, and that's all the load-bearing stitchings that are clearly visible, because we have to use stitching thread that is of a different color. And as soon as, for example, one of these stitchings is damaged by abrasion, you should exchange the harness. Then, of course, all the load-bearing webbings in the leg loops, the tie-in point, all these should be checked regularly for any damages. And as soon as you have any concern, then you should retire your harness.
In the spirit of reduce, reuse, and recycle, you know, for me, as much as I love climbing with my kids, they don't climb a lot. And I certainly think that wearing out one of these or rendering it useless is probably unlikely. So I think one of the things that I really like about this is that these can be passed on from child to child, right? You can buy this, you know, whether or not you have a second child, you can give this to a friend or something like that and help pass on that enjoyment and share it with other people without having, you know, maybe invested in this to only use it a dozen or 2 dozen times. It's a really great opportunity to do the first, which is reduce the need for additional stuff. And you guys certainly didn't make these as throwaways. They have all of the safety precautions, the durability and the robustness of the adult harnesses.
Yeah, like I said, they are tested to the same standards like an adult harness, so no compromise in safety, in durability. It's the same, basically the same materials, same webbings, same buckles that we use on adult harnesses as well. So definitely no difference to an adult harness here.
Yeah, my wife certainly appreciates that, as do I. And as much as I want my kids to have fun and I want to push them towards this, you know, kind of adrenaline lifestyle that I have, I want them to be safe. And I feel really good knowing all the care and thought and design and German engineering that you guys have put into this.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Great. Thanks for sharing it with us.
Yeah, thanks.
Do you need a kid's harness or you want to get your kid up into the tree with you? There's really not a better choice out there than the Edelrid Finn and Fraggle. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.